everybody, welcome back to my channel. Now this video has been requested so many times, and yesterday I finally coloured my hair and I thought, you know what, let's kill two birds with one stone. I've just filmed how I colour my hair video, and I thought I would do a how I curl my hair video because I curl my hair quite a lot, probably about once or twice a week depending on when I wash it. Sometimes I do leave it straight, but I prefer it curly. And yeah, I get asked all the time for a video on how I curl my hair, what products I use, what tools I use, so I thought I would do this video today. And yeah, I'm really excited to be able to share it with you and finally have the chance to spend some time filming it and show you what I do. Okay, so I think I'll just start off by saying, really, I do this really simply. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about how I curl my hair just because I do it so regularly. So I've never really filmed hairdressing videos, but I know that a lot of people are interested in them, especially at this moment in time. So I thought I would just, yeah, film it today. So basically all I'm going to just do is, I've just put my straighteners on, so I do use straighteners. Sometimes I use my Curl and Straight Confidence, but the technique that I use is exactly the same. Sometimes I use my GHD curling tool, which I have, but personally I prefer the finish that I get with a pair of GHDs. These are the original ones. I much prefer the original ones over any other ones they've brought out. I've had these forever, and they do have a bit of a loose wire and you can sometimes hear it like clicking in and out, but for me these are literally the best tool ever. So as for products, I usually put all my products in my hair when my hair is wet. So for me, I'll use something like a leave-in conditioner with a heat defense, or I'll use something like the Moisture Mist, which detangles, hydrates and revitalizes. But that's basically it. Anything that I put in my hair before I straighten it is going to make my hair heavier and it's going to pull down my curls. So yeah, I'm just gonna... Okay, so I always start at the back and I'll just take a little section here and just clip up the top. Sometimes I'll need two clips because I have very heavy hair. And then I will literally just pull it round to the side so I can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to turn my straighteners on. I do use a tail comb just because I find this is like my preferred tool, so to speak. So for me this is just what I use, and I'm just going to take sections that are kind of like, I don't know, like 5 centimeters to half an inch, it depends. Yeah, it just depends on how big you want your curl basically. And all I'm going to do is take my straighteners and I'm going to hold them so that my wrist is already twisted, and I'm going to pop it in and I'm just going to twist it round, and that's it. I mean, that is all I do. It's really, really simple, straightforward, and I don't brush out my curls at all until the very last minute. I am going to do quite loose curls today just because I want to be able to show off my hair colour. And just bring it again around the front. So if I want to do tighter curls, I'll do more of a square, and then if I want longer curls, I'll do more of a rectangle going down section, so the curl is longer. Also, I'm not going to like go in too tight around the root. I'm going to try and keep the curl towards the bottom, so it's more kind of this section here. And I'll look here. There we go. And I do curl both ways. So I will twist one piece one way and I'll twist the other piece, the next piece, the opposite way, and that allows me to add a natural kind of like really bouncy thick wave. If you do all your curls the same way, they can end up being just like one big curl, but by doing them opposite ways, it keeps them varied. And sometimes I will just hold it on the end slightly, and that will just give a little bit more bounce to the curl. I tend to do thicker curls at the back just because you can't really see it and it doesn't matter as much, to me anyway. I think it depends on like the length of your hair really. If your hair is longer, you can, you kind of need to be a bit more consistent. And if your hair is shorter, but because my hair is like mid-length, you can get away with having slightly thicker curls at the back. Now I always find one side is easier to do than the other, but for me it is just practice, practice, practice. And it's about getting your hands in the right position to start with, before you kind of go in with the straightener. If you go in with your hand in the wrong position, then you can kind of only really go one way with your curl. But if you go in lots of different ways, and then you can go in with different ways. So you can kind of hold your wrist either like that way or like that way. So depending on what way you want your curl. So if I go in like that, it makes it much easier for me to turn my wrist into the right direction. And if I just go in normally, I don't know if I can go in normally, hang on, yeah, if I just go in normally like that, there we go. So I think we'll just carry on. Now the great thing about curling your hair when you've got highlights is that you can really kind of decide how you want to show off the colour in your hair. You know, whether or not you want to, you know, have like thick chunky curls because you've got thick chunky highlights, and then you'll have curls that are like one particular colour, or you can obviously, if you have finer highlights, you know, make your curls finer, and then you'll get them those colours. It really allows you to play with colour, I think, anyway. There we go. If you come out at a higher angle, I always find that you've got more time to actually create the curl. If you go in at a low angle, you'll find it harder to get that kind of corkscrew effect, because you're kind of almost dragging the curl down with you. So you kind of want to try your best to go up, and that will allow you to get your curl higher and get more volume in it and get a bigger curl. If you go down, you won't get as much lift. I always wondered what I quite looked like with a fringe, but I'm not going to attempt it. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on doing this for a bit and I will be back. Okay, so just a couple of quick tips I was thinking of when I was filming, is that when I have a side parting like this, I curl back a lot more of the curls on my heavier side, because that just lifts them away from my face when I use my styling products. And then on this side, I actually curl up slightly higher than what I do on this side. So if you see, the curls sort of start here, and then on this side they start here, and that just helps when you volumize it, add balance to the amount of volume that sits in the hair. So that just is a little sneaky tip or two for you. Okay, so the next part is basically I'm going to spray the curls. Now the way that I do this is I use a product from Sexy Hair. I don't know if they actually still make this, but basically it's about £10 for a little bottle like this. One of these will last me about 4 to 5 months, and it's a volumizing hairspray. Now this is really sticky, and I mean really sticky. The idea of it is that it adds volume, and it really does. Now the way that I use this is that I put my head upside down and I spray it into the curls. So I'm basically going to mess this up completely, and yeah, spray it. I don't need a lot. It really works, and it is a fabulous product for volumizing and curling your hair. So I'm just going to move the camera slightly so you can kind of see what I'm doing, and yeah, that will be it. Okay, so as you can see, that adds a huge amount of volume to your hair, and basically I'm just going to take the end of my tail comb and I'm just going to pull through very gently the curls and just soften out some of that volume so it's a bit more balanced. This product is amazing, literally, like it literally transforms your hair. And for me, that is pretty much it. Sometimes I'll go in with a normal bit of hairspray and just take these curls and just kind of like spray them back a little bit, and that way it will, there you go, I've just got a little bit of other hairspray, and I will just kind of go in and spray them back a bit, and that will just kind of help. Because this side's quite big, it will kind of help hold them in place a little bit more, but it doesn't matter too much. Okay, so that is it. That was my how I curl my hair, how I get so much volume into it, how I colour my hair. I really enjoyed filming a couple of hair videos. I hope you enjoyed them. I'm going to try and put them up on the same day so that you can kind of see beginning to end of what it all looks like. But yeah, that was pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed and found some useful hints and tips about how to do your own hair at home or anything like that. But yeah, that is how I do my hair. So have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye guys.